I wanted to be paler than I already am, so I mixed in a little bit of Nye Clown White with my foundation and applied it to any exposed skin. I used a flat top kabuki brush from Sigma to blend out my foundation. I found a sponge just soaked up most of the foundation and I wanted it to be a little bit more full coverage. Don't worry about blending this perfectly because we are going to apply different skin textures and tones over this later to really emphasize a nice translucent skin tone for this corpse. So some of the foundation got on my eyebrows and it made my eyebrows look pretty gray, and I did not like it with this look, so I went in with a tinted brow gel just to give them their color back without adding anything to them. I wanted to make the eyes still look dead but have the effect that she was wearing eyeshadow when she died, so I went in with some rose gold tones from the Naked 3 palette and did a really nice subtle eye look. Using a fluffy brush, I took a deep red cream paint and applied it on my upper and lower lash line to just emphasize the blue in my eyes, as well as to make my eyes look very irritated. I took a thin detail brush with that same red cream paint and created some lines and bags underneath my eyes. I applied the paint with the brush and just where I wanted the bags, and then I used my finger to blend it out to give it a nice seamless appearance and also thin it out quite a bit. I also used that same fluffy brush to add irritation around the sides of my nose and around my nostrils just to add a nice appearance and give more depth to the face. On the lips, I decided to use a deep burgundy color because I love the contrast of the pale hair and the pale skin with a really dark lip. To get the feathered lip effect that I did, I applied my lipstick a little messy but still within the lines, and took a clean fluffy brush along the edges and just blended it out to give a nice worn and faded appearance. If you're having trouble blending out the edges, or if you just blend it out too far, you can take that same foundation mixture from earlier on another clean fluffy brush and just blend around the edges to help give a more seamless blend. Like I've said in this video, I've wanted to keep the character's skin very translucent, which means I wanted to be able to see the capillaries, the veins, anything underneath her skin. I'm using the Complexion Palette by Skin Illustrator because it has a beautiful color called Capillary. I'm starting around my mouth and just creating these capillaries. Your best bet when working with capillaries or veins is to look up pictures, but once you get the hang of it, you'll be able to just do them right off the hand. Best thing about these capillaries is that it's okay if the line's not completely perfect. You want pieces that are not going to be connected. You want it to look uneven because it is underneath the skin, so some parts are going to show more than others. Keeping with the translucent skin theme, I decided to pull in some greens and a little bit of blue just to give a little bit of color variation to the skin. I used some alcohol palettes as well as a sea sponge to give that texture, and I just kind of stippled it all over the face and body. I decided to leave a handprint around her neck to show that this wasn't an accident, this wasn't suicidal, it was a cold-blooded murder by her husband. I took my hand and placed it on my neck just to get a feel for where I wanted the handprint to lay, and I took that same brush with the cream makeup that I used around my eyes and just kind of used whatever was left on the brush and applied it where my hand laid on my neck. Then after, I took that same cream makeup on a more precise fluffy brush and kind of outlined where everything laid. So I outlined where the fingers and the thumb and the palm laid, so that way it was a lot more intense. The last step for me was just to add these partially dead rose petals. I got these from an old bouquet that my mom had, and I kept them a little bit longer so that way they still had some pink to them, but they were definitely dead looking. And I added them to my hair with bobby pins and to my neck and chest and hands with some liquid latex.